Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have missing Julie L. Cunningham. Vail, Colorado, 26 years old, March 15th, 1975 was the date of last contact. 5'5", 110 pounds. And it says that she was last seen March 15th, 1975, Vail, Colorado. She was a sporting goods employee and a part-time ski instructor. She spoke briefly to her mother by phone that day. She left her apartment in the evening to join her roommate at a local tavern. She was never seen again and was reported missing on March 21st. Serial killer Ted Bundy confessed to her abduction and murder 3 days before his execution in Florida in 1989. So it's possible that he may have abducted her and killed her. It's quite possible. I have a hard time trusting serial killers to believing a murder, but it's possible because I knew somebody and they always talked about how they wanted to kill people and how they wanted to kill homeless people and start out killing homeless people because they thought nobody would notice homeless people and they wanted, to have a job where they could, beat people up and get away with it, and where they try to figure out where the cameras weren't noticing, and they had videos where people were, abused, and they thought it was funny. And whenever they spoke to people, they were really smooth talking. They would shine their boots, iron their clothes, try to come off with an appearance of, being a good person. So they spoke really smoothly, and they would talk like they were caring and compassionate and things like that. And then behind their backs, they would laugh. And they would act like they were going to help somebody, and then behind their backs, they would laugh about it. And they were just very cold and cruel and mean, and they had a lot of anger. And they weren't very honest. So I don't know. Maybe he did kill her, but I don't know for sure. And, it's quite possible if he was, because I could also see her, I could also see a young woman seeing a man that needs help and trying to help him, and that would make her vulnerable. Despite a detailed description of the burial site, yeah, he said that he drove her 80 miles west of Vail to an isolated spot several miles north of town of Rifle in Garfield County. She was then murdered and buried in a shallow grave. They got a detailed description of the burial site from him, and they did an intense search of the area, but her remains were never recovered. Brown hair, brown eyes, brown suede jacket, blue jeans, ski cap, and boots. This says she was born January 10th, 1948. And yeah, this says Bundy stated that he lured her into his vehicle by posing as an injured skier on crutches and asking her to help carry his ski boots. He claims he knocked her unconscious, drove her to a remote area about 80 miles west of Vail, and raped her. He states that he strangled her and then disposed of her body in a shallow grave near Rifle, Colorado, in a high desert area with a circular drive and some large trees. Her body was never found, however. Anyone with additional information is asked to contact the police department. It's possible that he did it. I just don't know. I have trust issues, and I don't know. I don't know if he did it or if he didn't. This says, in the early morning hours of March 15, 1975, she left her apartment. She had gotten off the phone with her mother. The call had apparently most consisted of talk about her recent heartbreak, and getting things off her chest made her feel a bit better. Recent heartbreak. She decided to head to a local tavern where a roommate was already out for the night. She dressed in jeans, a brown jacket made of suede, boots, and a ski cap, but she never arrived at the tavern and never arrived back at her apartment that night. The only things connecting Bundy to her appearance are the fact that Bundy was known to be in Vail area at the time of the disappearance. The fact that she matched his victim profile in his own confession. Those first 2 points are okay. So Bundy claimed that he stopped in Vail and fell back onto an old ruse. He feigned a knee injury and hobbled down a street while carrying a pair of ski boots. The end game was to get someone. Okay. You can pause this and read it. I'm just skimming through it. He says he knocked her out when he reached his car. He then handcuffed her before closing her in the trunk of the car. He claims he drove her up near Vail, Colorado. The drive is 90 miles long and would have taken about an hour and a half. He removed her from the trunk and strangled her to death. He left her body in the desert there, but apparently returned weeks later to bury her. He offered no explanation as to why he took her so far away, but the idea seems to be that it would be harder to connect the missing persons case to a body being found if it was further away from the point of abduction. He offered no reasoning for burying her. He just said it was something he did. Yeah, I don't know. CBI, Colorado Bureau of Investigation. Incident date. Agency numbers. Last seen in Vail, Colorado. Disappeared in the evening after she left her apartment. Never charged in her case. Stated he lured her into his vehicle, posing as an injured skier on crutches, asking her to help carry his boots. Drove her to a remote area. Her body was never found. Charlie Project. There's 3 pictures of her. Very beautiful young lady. Says she appeared younger than her actual age in 1975. She had lived in the Vail area for several years. Let's see. He confessed to many murders before his death. He said she regained consciousness at some point and tried to escape, but he caught her. He strangled her before disposing of her body in a shallow grave. Said the grave site was in a high desert area with a circular drive and some large trees. A team of experts who specialized in finding bodies brought a bloodhound to a likely spot, but their search didn't turn up anything of interest. Then it's got a list of people that he suspected in their murders and many other girls and young women. So then I'm going to look at some Jane Does. And I also wanted to mention she went missing March 15th in 1975, and it was Eagle County, Vail, Colorado, right? Didn't it say Eagle? Yeah, Eagle County. And there was 2 years before she went missing, or a year and a half, in that same county, there was a body found of a male. Because I was looking to see if there was anyone found in that county. And there was a man found a year and a half, 6'1" to 6'3". So, in a large cinder pit. So I wonder what happened to that man that was found in a large cinder pit. And it was in the same county she went missing from. Brown hair, and he had several rings. I think one of them looked like it might have been turquoise, but I couldn't tell. One was a peace sign. But that was like a year and a half before she went missing. I thought it was in the same county. I'd leave it in there. All right, so then we have different people that were found after she went missing. And remember the date, March 15th in 1975. Okay, so we have an unsure whether it's male or female, uncertain of the race, found in 1986 in Colorado. It could be anybody. Partial skull fragment found near an entrance to an abandoned mine shaft. Oops. I was looking to see how far away that was, in case whoever killed her took her to Utah. So I wanted to see. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. So that's almost 2 hours away. But it seems like if somebody hurt somebody there and it was near an abandoned mine shaft, I don't know, it seems like they would have had to have known the mine shaft was there. Okay, and then we have a female found in Fremont County, Colorado in 1987, but the estimated PMI is only a year. And that would have been, what, about 13 years by that time? That's 2.5 hours away. Long, light brown hair. Brown leather Western boots, size 6.5. I'm going to move her over here. So she was 26 years old in 1975. 30, if she was living in 87, she would be like 38 years old. And she was 5'5". Does it say what size clothing? No, it doesn't give the size of her clothes. Brown leather Western boots, size 6.5. Levi 26, waist 34 length. Blue leather waist length jacket. 5'5", 115 pounds. Five foot 5, 110 pounds. Wow. I already did that. It's 2.5 hours away. That's 12 years later. Someone that is about her height and weight. Could be about her age, but could be, 12 years older or so. Long, light brown hair. That's really sad. 12 years later. Well, 11 years older. 11 years later, because estimated year of death was 1986. It's crazy. Okay. So then, and it doesn't seem like that could be her, but seems like it was somebody kind of similar. Then we have another person. We don't know if it's male or female. Found in 1987. No estimated year of death, so we don't know when they died. And wow, that's a long ways away. No height, no weight, just skeletal remains found either in 1987 or 2018. Okay. And the next person we have was found in Buena Vista, Colorado. Female uncertain, found in 1989. And that's an hour and a half away. That's not that far away. Pre-60. Single mandible found underneath the porch of a residence in Buena Vista. And Brighton, Colorado, 18 to 35 age. Estimated PMI is 1 year. Pre-40. I don't think that could be her at all. But I didn't want to leave her out. 5'3". It's a little bit too short, and she doesn't look similar to me, but brown, possibly frosted or highlighted hair. Because I really don't think that's her at all. And this person was found in Clear Creek County, Colorado in 1995. Estimated PMI is 2 years. Age 17 to 36 years old. A skull was located near Echo Lake, and I really don't think that could be her either. But I don't want to leave people out, just in case. I really don't think there's any way. It's only an hour away. I just don't see it. I should have moved this over. I don't think so. So then the next person I have, this girl I thought looked so similar to her. I really did. Even though she's found in 1999, her estimated year of death is 1997 to 1999. There's no way it could be her, but I thought, wow, I thought she had such a similar look. She's not the right height or anything. She's like 4 hours away. But this picture right here with this one right here, I think she looks so similar to her. I just, looking at her facial shape and her expression and everything, she just looks so similar. And 30 to 45 years old in the 1990s. So this is over 20 years later. And she's 5'10", where Julie is 5'5". This girl is 5'10", estimated. The man found a refrigerator lying on its side with the door partly open with what appeared to be skeletal remains. After further investigation, they located a scapula and jaw as well as additional bone fragments within 100 feet of the refrigerator. The trash in the refrigerator was dated 1988 to 1992. So I wonder if whoever dumped the refrigerator had kept it plugged in until 1992 and then dumped it there, or even more recent. It's crazy, right? And then somebody sees it. Reddish brown, but naturally dark brown hair, curly, estimated to be approximately shoulder length, but hair appeared to be singed, but not burned due to exposure. The hair appeared to have been well cared for prior to death. Thick growth with no split ends. The female was very tall, perhaps 5'9" to 6 foot tall. She might have been pregnant at least one time and had one healed broken left rib and extensive dental work. So there's some more information. It's very sad, but she reminded me of her when I saw her. And then we have someone found in Adams County, Colorado in 2001. And there's no way I don't know. I don't know how long the remains had been there. Some of these are just, there's no way they're going to be her. But every now and then one of them is possible. I don't know. This is 2.5 hours away. Cannot estimate height or weight. Remains found in a field. I don't think that could be her. I think somebody would have found her between then. And Lakewood, Colorado. Skeletal remains found in a cauldron in a vacated residence in a shed. 2013. I don't think there's any way that could be her, because that's a lot of years for something like that. That's an hour and 45 minutes away. Weld County, Colorado, 2022. Somebody between the ages of 30 and 58. That's too old to be her. And such a long time afterwards. Wow. Huh. And then there's Utah. Someone found in Utah in 2001, age 17 to 20 years old. Estimated year of death is 2001 when they were found, but the estimated PMI says years. They were serving a drug search warrant. During the search, remains were found in an outdoor area. That's crazy. And another area of Utah, someone was found, pre-40, found in 2010. Piece of a human skull was found by hikers near Bald Mountain off Mirror Lake Highway. Then in Nebraska, we have an adolescent. Oh, taking that off of there. Norfolk, Nebraska. Someone was found in 2020. Human bones on the Elk River. Not sure if it's a male or a female. Partial skeleton parts only. And then I wanted to include these in Aurora, Colorado in 2023. They found 2 infant children. Unidentified female remains were located in a casket along with 2 other unidentified sets of remains. This infant female and another were in the same casket, and both were unidentified with no mention of age, location of death, or jurisdiction. In 2023. And I don't know who the other set of remains were, but there's 2. Were they twins? Two females found in a casket in 2023. That is so sad. Anyway, so if you have any information about what might have happened to her or who any of these does are, please contact authorities and let them know. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye bye.